All right, all you knife chatters out there, just so you know, your old pal skipped the show, drew blood doing this video. So please give it a like and a comment and subscribe to the channel and all that other stuff because I drew blood just for you. Stick around for the video.
This episode was previously recorded in front of an imaginary studio audience.
Time for Fun Knife Friday!
All right, hi all you knife chatters out there. Happy Fun Knife Friday. Not only happy Fun Knife Friday, but happy Halloween. Yeah, I hope you're gonna have a great one. Yeah, we're gonna be giving out treats and such here at the Volcano Club. Treats. They're early in the day. We're gonna maybe set up something outside for the little kiddies. Throw them some food or something, or some candy or something. And then after that, around 8, 9 o'clock tonight, we're going to be, having the party here. And the first drink is going to be on Tobias. Everyone's going to come down here. First drink's on Tobias. He don't know that yet, but you know what? That's going to be a little bit of a problem. Yeah, because also we're all getting dressed up as different people, and I thought it would be fun this year to dress up as Tobias and act like Tobias and everything, which is a bit of a bummer because it means I'm not going to be able to wear my wrap fin buoy, the escort buoy that I got. I really like this knife, but I'm going to have to set aside the sheath too. Because, this is not what Tobias would have. This is what I would have. And I guess I'm going to have to get rid of my shirt and my rat fin shirt. I don't know. This is going to be a rough night. But, yeah, it's going to be worth it to dress up as Tobias and act like Tobias all night. That might be a little tricky, too. But, get all professor on people and everything. But I thought that's what I would do. And it's going to be kind of hard to stay in character acting like Tobias. But I do have some props that should help me out along the way. You let me know how this is working, all right? I tell you what, I'll do a quick preview for you. And then, so anyone seeing this, whenever they show up to the volcano tonight, the club tonight, you're going to see me and you're going to think I'm Tobias. It's going to be a perfect thing. Yeah, I'm going to try and stay in character the whole night. And I think what I'm going to do is I want to have a fixed blade. So I'm going to talk about a fixed blade knife that maybe Tobias would be talking about or something like that. And you let me know how I'm doing with this, okay? First, I need to get in the costume, I think. So first, I got to take off this shirt because Tobias would not be wearing this shirt. I'd be wearing this shirt. I ain't going to give it to him either. So if you see somebody wearing a shirt that looks like me, the shirt probably is not going to look like this. Okay, so he also ain't going to get my hat either. He ain't going to get my hat, but I'm going to have to change hats. But first, I got to get a shirt on. I got to put on a Tobias shirt, right? Boy, is he going to be surprised when he can't find his shirt. Let me just get on his shirt here. Get on his shirt. Yeah, what do you say? Yeah, I'm already starting to look like Tobias, I bet, right? Yeah, I know he's not nearly as handsome as I am, but got his shirt on now. So see, I start trying to talk like him too, but that's going to be tricky. Got to put on his hat. Nah, that ain't going to work. Yeah. See, yeah, almost looking like Tobias. Oh, the other thing, the glasses. Got to use Tobias's glasses. All right, there you go. Oh, man, he's like blind. Oh. But now, see, now I'm Tobias. I got to act all proper now because I'm Tobias now. Yeah. What does he say? Hi, Tobias here. Yeah, all right. Tobias here. Have I got a great knife to show you? No, he wouldn't say have I got a great. He would just say, God, I want to talk to you. That's what he do. He's a little lower key, right? He's trying to bore you to death with the knife. But I got a pretty cool knife. Oh man, how am I supposed to say this? I should go back and watch one of his videos or something, but I don't have time for that. You let me know how I do with this, okay? I got the knife over here. I think it's a pretty cool knife. I know it's a cool knife, but he wouldn't say that. He would say something else. But let me get the knife and we'll talk about it. Now this is just my first try at this. All right, I'm still practicing. But here's the knife. I'm going to talk about this knife. So hold on. I'm going to try and act like all proper and everything. Hello, everybody. Tobias here, and I have got an interesting knife to show you. This is a knife that looks like a knife by SOG. This is a SOG knife, and this one is made by the company SOG. But really, this is a copy of a knife that was used by MACV SOG during the Vietnam War. But as you can see here, it actually says SOG on the blade. And then it also says something about, what does it say? Got something on here too. It says Survival In, and it says that on the blade there too. SOG Survival In. And it's got this leather sheath that also says Survival In. But now, the original SOG knives that were made for MACV SOG, they were completely unmarked. Yeah, so this is sort of like what would have been used in Vietnam, but this is a copy of it. This one supposedly was made in Taiwan, but the original ones were made by a trading company in Okinawa, Japan, called Yogi Shakoi or something like that. Shakai. This is hard. I don't know how he does it. Yogi Shakai. Is that what it's called? Yogi Shakai. Yeah. This is a knife that would have been, if this was an original, all right, let me start over again. If this was an original SOG knife, it would have been made by a trading company in Japan called Yogi Shakai that was located in Okinawa. Yeah, Okinawa. That Okinawa. Oh, wait. Yeah, he would probably go into talking about Okinawa, Japan during World War II and all, and probably show some other knives like what would it be, like a Mark III trench knife or the Marine Corps fighting knife, something like that. That's what he'd probably do now, but I only got the one knife, so that's all I can do. So let me get back into character again. That's what he'd be doing, but I don't have time to do that. Plus, I'm just playing him for Halloween. All right, let me get back in there. Okay, the original SOG knife that was made for MACV SOG, and SOG did not stand for Special Operations Group. It stood for Study and Observation Group. It was something, they gave it a fake name like that. Well, interesting enough, he would definitely do this. Now, SOG did not stand for Special Operations Group. Well, actually, originally it stood for Special Operations Group, but then they quickly changed it, but they didn't want people to know that it was a Special Operations Group. So instead of calling SOG Special Operations Group, they called it Studies and Observations Group. Because then it sounds like something where you're just learning about Vietnam, not going out there and trying to do something sneaky peek. You know what I mean. Anyway, that's where SOG came from. And then the SOG Knife Company named itself SOG because of this knife, a knife like this. But they were originally made in Okinawa, Japan, and they were completely unmarked. They would have had a blued or parkerized blade on there, but they look something like this. This is one of 3 different versions of this knife that was designed by a guy named Benjamin Baker, who worked for the Counterinsurgency Support Office, which was located in Okinawa, Japan. And a lot of the Special Forces people who went into SOG, the Studies and Observations Group, were originally with the Special Forces unit that was located in Japan. Later, they came from other places. There were even some people who were in SOG that were not even Green Berets and did not go through the course, but eventually became Green Berets simply because they had been in SOG. Now, this knife only has like a 5.5 inch, 6 inch blade. This is one version of the SOG knife. Another version had a 7.5 inch blade, and I think another one had a slightly shorter blade. But they all had this stacked leather handle and this unique guard, which has that funky shape to it. And also this style of blade here with the concave false edge up top and then a cutting edge up here. But this one doesn't have a cutting edge because it's not an original SOG knife. And they came with a leather sheath similar to this that had the little thing on the front there where you would stick a stone, a sharpening stone, stick in stone. Oh no, man, now I'm going into acting like myself instead of acting like Tobias. I was all ready to go. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but SOG knives will kill you. Yeah, that's what I was going. But he wouldn't say something like that. Tobias wouldn't say something like that. He doesn't have a sense of humor. But anyway, the knives. But anyway, let's get back to Tobias. So he'd be there. Now, SOG would often wear these knives mounted on their web gear, and because of the way they wore them often, you have this snap up on the front here, so it's nice and tight, because they would wear them upside down like so that they could pull them out easy enough. They would just clip it and pull it out because it's hanging off of their web gear. They would just clip it and pull it out. See, and then it's ready to fight. And that's how it was done when they were with SOG. And oh man, what else would he say? What else would Tobias say? But anyway, like I said in the beginning, oh wait, gotta get back into Tobias mode. Anyway, getting back into Tobias mode. So there you have it. There is the SOG knife. Originally, that's what it was called, and then SOG, the company, took the name of the knife and formed a company. And they had their knives made in Japan and Taiwan. Almar did a lot of the work, but the original knife was designed by Benjamin Baker and the Counterinsurgency Support Office for MACV SOG Studies and Observation Group. And MACV stood for Military Assistance Command Vietnam SOG Studies and Observation Group. And this is their knife. And they were made in very limited numbers, and very few of them will ever show up on the open market. And when you will find an original MACV SOG knife on the open market, chances are it will be a commemorative knife made by Counterinsurgency Support Office for somebody in MACV SOG. There were a lot of those made as well. The ones that were used in fighting in country, there's not nearly as many of those still around as the commemorative knives, but both are highly collectible, much more collectible than the knives that SOG makes. But this one is just a SOG knife made in Taiwan by SOG, not an original SOG knife made by Counterinsurgency Support Office in Okinawa, Japan. So what do you think? You think I got Tobias down pat? Is that about Tobias? Yeah, I think so. Maybe I was a little too funny. I don't know. But I think I got the look down perfect. I got the t-shirt, the hat, the glasses. Man, I'm almost feeling like it. I better get out of this before I turn into Tobias. That's the last thing I need to do. This is going to be a fun night, though, making fun of Tobias by acting like Tobias. So, I wonder if he's going to be here tonight. I wonder who he's going to be if he comes. Yeah, probably be the same thing he is every year. I'm sorry, all you knife chatters. I know that slideshow was a little boring because all you saw were some hokey photos of this SOG knife. You didn't even get a comparison of it with the escort buoy, which is something I usually do, but I couldn't do it because I was pretending to be Tobias, so you didn't get this shot. Yeah, you know, you always like to, I love to do this, but you couldn't do it because I was being Tobias and he wouldn't show it next to the escort buoy. Or he wouldn't also do any of the other great shots that I do, you know, the great slides. Like that. Yeah, see that? Or the old yeah, see? Yeah, you don't get that. You don't get this either with Tobias. Or the old, just that. Even just showing the knife in the sheath at the same time. You know, you don't get this picture either. Because Tobias always just puts them on a table and takes a picture of them. Yeah, but sorry, that's what you expect from Tobias. Just that boring slideshow and Mr. Professor all the time. But not here with Skip. But and also, you notice the one thing you definitely didn't see from Tobias that you always see from your old pal Skip. No mouth carry, cause he's not certified to do a mouth carry on a knife. Yeah, he doesn't even know how to mouth carry a knife, so he doesn't do it. But if your old pal Skip ever gets his knife back, Skip out. All you knife chatters, been your old pal Skip DeSheau's. Another fun Knife Friday in the books. Remember, if your knife's not fun, you're doing it wrong. Skip out.
If your knife's not fun, you're doing it wrong, and Skip out are registered trademarks of Skip DeSheau's Enterprises. This has been a Cat Production presentation. All rights reserved.